And good morning, everybody. This is Vinny Maletti with Maletti Law, the strongest name in law. My name is Vincent Maletti. I am the founder, owner, partner, chief, God King, everything here at Maletti Law. The date now is December 30th, 2021. It is a Thursday, so the first thing you should do is you should go click subscribe in the box on the YouTube channel. You should also go to the website, www.milettilaw.com, www.milettilaw.com, and sign up to the newsletter so you can always be in the know. All right, so real quick with this video. So it's getting to the end of the year, and what a lot of employees don't seem to realize is wage and hour, PTO, all like these kind of rules, regulations for employees change at the end of the year. A lot of times, various states they do they begin to start doing all the statutes within kind of like over the next 5 years. So for the most part, let's say a law is getting passed in 2021, they will do the trailer in effect through like 2026 or whatever the case is, because it's generally like, a couple of years in advance. So the purpose of this video is just to remind everybody that it is the end of the year. 2022 is coming, which means there will be new regulations, there will be new standards. States generally are more generous when it comes to wage and hour and PTO. They're generally more generous than the federal government. So every state's a little bit different. This video in particular, and I'm wearing the very communist pinko, communist liberal Democrat red for California. This video is for California. All right, so it came to my attention that one of my California employers was making a couple of mistakes with their PTO. So I said, okay, well, let's take a look at your policies. So step one for all employment lawyers out there or all businesses, look at your existing policies as far as they talk about minimum wage, wage and hour, and PTO, sick leave, and just make sure you're up to speed and up to code. So let's just talk about California for a moment because that's what came up. So I figured this would be a great time to remind everybody. So California, okay. So the way we're talking about sick leave right now, right? Talking about paid sick leave in California. This is determined under the California Labor Code, generally Section 245. Okay, this applies to all employers in California. Essentially, if you have at least one employee working for you, which also includes yourself, if you're self-employed, then this applies to you. So this applies to basically everyone in California, every business. There is no distinction between part-time and full-time employment. There is only the only distinction is if the employee works 30 more days for you in a calendar year. So as long as they work for you 30 more days in a calendar year, then these rules apply. They're entitled to sick leave. So this is very broad, very generous for employees. As far as accrual, in California, employees must accrue at least 1 hour of sick leave for every 30 hours worked. 1 hour of sick leave for every 30 hours worked, and they're allowed up to 48 hours of leave per year. So generally speaking, I think if I remember the math I was doing, it was like 1,440 hours, and they hit their max at 48 hours. Sir, it never fails. It never fails. So here's a dog. Okay, it never fails. He always knows when I'm on video. Okay, so let's go down to it. So as far as accrual, employees must accrue at least 1 hour sick leave for every 30 hours worked. They get up to 48 hours of leave per year. So keep that in mind. Those are minimums. Employers could be more generous, but those are minimums that you must give employees. Employers could wait a general 90-day window before applying it. Most employees do that because there's kind of like, there is, what do you call it? That's what I'm looking for. Like a probationary period for all employees, which is something that which is something that all employers do, is a probationary period. Most employees do that, so you're totally allowed to do that. You can let them accrue, but you could restrict them from using it until the 90 day. Of course, obviously do it within reason, right? Do it within disability leave rules and laws and ADA. If they're genuinely sick, if they have a disorder, then you're best to just kind of like waive the rule a little bit and help them out. Okay. Carryover. You're allowed there. They must carry over into the next year, whatever's left over, up to that 48 hour. What do you call it? Up to that 40-hour mark. So certainly let them carry it over up to that 48-hour mark. That's 6 days. So let them carry over 6 days. You can let them carry into the next year, but they make sure you write that they expire, so they don't carry over indefinitely. Notice requirements, make sure that you print this year's documentation from the California, what is it, the CADIR, the California Department of Industrial Relations. Make sure you print your posters out, you put them in a common area that everybody sees. You don't want to be in violation of any penalties. The cost of violations, I think the plus penalties are $4,000 per violation. So certainly you don't want to be found to be violating any of this stuff. And I mean, that's really where we are here. So just make sure your handbooks are under review. Make sure that you are providing your employees at least 1 hour of sick leave for every 30 hours worked. Make sure you're giving them at least 6 days of vacation, sick leave. So make sure you're giving them at least 48 hours of sick leave per year. Make sure you're letting them carry over what's been accrued. Make sure you apply this to all employees that work in excess of 30 days at least, or in excess of 30 days per year, because it's very important. Make sure you print your posters and your notice requirements, and that's really it. So that's what's really key here. So that's what we really wanted you all to know. We're noticing that employers were not keeping up, essentially in California. So we just wanted to make sure that on this public record, you all understand the information at hand, and you understand the situation, which you do not want to be on the receiving end of a $4,000 fine. So that's it for now. So again, sorry that the dog interrupts everything. This is the official mascot of Maletti Law, the fuzziest name in law, Flex Maletti. And I am Vincent Maletti, the owner, founder, partner, God King, leader of Maletti Law. If you have any questions, obviously let us know. If you need handbooks written or whatever the case is, you need language constructed, certainly reach out to us. We're more than happy to help. And hopefully this was helpful, and this reminds you all to make sure that you get your things together for the new year. So have a wonderful holiday season. Have a wonderful new year. Have a wonderful celebration. Make sure you're safe and healthy. So as always, yours in law, love, and lives. And we'll see you in the courtroom or in the jury room floor. Have a good day.